Hi, I'm Jason. I'm here with a recently successful student of ours, Vamsi, and I would like to say hello to you. How are you today, Vamsi?
Yeah, I'm good, Jason. How are you?
I'm very good. Where are you right now?
I live 30 miles away from Chicago in a suburb called Buffalo Grove.
Lovely, lovely. I know a lot of people in your area. All right, that's
Uh,
interesting. I want to ask you a few questions and allow you to share your story with current and future students of ours here at IELTS Advantage. Could you begin by telling us a little bit about yourself and your background?
I was born and brought up in India, and then I moved to the United States 5 years ago, and I did my master's in computer science here. And after that, I started working as a business intelligence analyst here in Chicago. I've been in Chicago for almost 3, 4 years now.
Awesome,
Yeah,
great.
that's
So, why exactly did you need your IELTS score?
yeah. At one point in time, I was trying for the next phase in the sense like I was trying for a work visa in the sense for H1B here in the USA. However, it is not going through because it is kind of a lucky draw and it is not going through. So I thought of moving to Canada, and that is when I started preparing for IELTS.
So let's talk a little bit about that journey you had through IELTS. What scores did you need, and tell me about the whole time between when you started and when you joined IELTS Advantage, and why you joined IELTS Advantage.
So yeah, the scores that I was aiming for is 8,777, 8 in listening and 3 sevens in the rest of the three modules. At the beginning, when I started off, I was comfortable in the sense like I was comfortable with listening, reading, and speaking. In the sense, maybe at my first attempt, I did not get an 8 in listening. However, I was confident enough that I will get an 8 in the later test if I prepare, if I work hard on that. So I was so with writing, the problem for me was with writing. So in my first test I got 6.5, and I took some more days and I prepared for my second test, and then also I got a 6.5 in my writing. And in the rest of the modules I got 8, 7, and a 7, so that was not a big deal. And then when I took my third test, I got 6 in writing. uh, and then I joined, in the sense I took some coaching, and then I did my fourth test, and the result was the same, like 6.5 again. So then I was talking to my a friend of mine who did IELTS, took the IELTS test, and I think he was able to clear in his third or fourth test when he joined IELTS Advantage. And that is when I was into a point where after fourth test maybe I would definitely need a good course. And he told me like all good aspects about this course, and I thought this would help me in getting the band that I'm aiming for. And I looked through some of the videos on YouTube, and they were promising. So I came into IELTS Advantage, and that is when I was kind of confident enough that I'll be getting a 7 definitely one day in writing.
Okay. All right.
Because I thought like maybe not today or tomorrow, but one day I'm gonna get it, because it was clear, like, because what it takes to get a 7 is clearly laid in the course, like the task response and how we had to achieve 7 in task response, like giving two points and then elaborating those 2 points and concluding them. Same way, what is coherence and cohesion, what is vocabulary, and how to write good vocabulary, and how to, in the sense, and the next thing is grammar, like what it takes to get a 7 in grammar. Like I was not aware that 50% of the sentences should be error free in order to get a 7. So I was clear on this, and the course just taught us one thing: that keep it simple, don't try to put in complex vocabulary and complex language and complex sentences. So that is when I got confident. I became confident that I'm going to get this one day. And I tried submitting few essays. I started getting 6.5s, but however, the feedback that was given, uh, I got to know like which areas do I have to improve. And after that, I started improving on those areas.
Good.
And then I slowly got to the point where I could get a 7 in writing.
Excellent. So even after you joined us here at IELTS Advantage, you still had to face some struggles, right?
Yes, that's correct.
In the end, what was the biggest obstacle that you had to overcome, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, so initially 5 to 6 essays, I was getting band 6.5. Slowly after 10 essays, I was able to get 7 in task 2.
Good.
And however, sometimes maybe if I submit 5 essays, only once I was getting 6.5, and that also issue with task response. So I'm confident enough that I'm going to get a 7 in task 2. However, the problem with me was with task 1 essay.
And you took
task 1.
You took the general test, so you were writing general task 1 letters, right?
Yeah. General task 1 letters. So the problem with general task 1 letters for me was task response, in the sense like I was using informal language and formal letters and formal language and informal letters.
Yeah.
With vocabulary, grammar, coherence and cohesion, I did not have a problem. And sometimes this task response was affecting my coherence and cohesion because of the language tone. So yes. So yeah, after joining IELTS Advantage, I gave one test. I gave a test, and then I got 6.5 again. So the same, like I started again writing essays, writing letters. Like maybe in my span, in my IELTS preparation, I would have written at least 200, 300 essays and 200 letters. Every day I write one essay, I practice, and then I put it in Grammarly. And then I look for, because Grammarly suggests some article errors, spelling mistakes, all this. So I'll try to improve on those. And weekly once I used to submit to feedback, like writing submissions. And I used to get feedback and I used to work on those. So at one point of time, I was very confident with task 2. The problem was with task 1. Then I gave my second test. When I gave my second test, I was very confident that I'll get a 7 this time, that time. So I couldn't get a 7. So I got 6.5. I don't know the reason why. I was very confident enough that I'm going to get a 7, but I failed that test as well. So I was like, okay, let me take a break for 3-4 months.
Yeah.
And then I got, yeah. So I don't know. I thought, okay, let me take a break and we'll see slowly. And then I got an email from our team. That was from you. And I got an email from you stating that I was enrolled into an academic accountability program.
Yep.
And then you asked me like, what are your problems? And I clearly outlined all my problems. So then we both came to an agreement where the only problem with me was with task 1. And if I get that, I'll be clearing this test.
Yeah.
So like you gave me a mini course for task response, like tone, especially for tone. Then I did go through those tests for like 3 days. And then you started sending me some questions, like task 1 questions. Then I used to send that back. And that is when first time I got 7. Okay, I thought, okay, 1 letter I can get. Next one, it will be 6.5 or 6. Was not confident enough. Next letter, I got 7.5. Okay. And then I thought, okay, maybe I'm in right time. Third letter, again 7.5. Then you told me you got consistent 3-7, above 7s in 3 task 1s. I think it is time to resume your normal studies. Then I asked, can I have one more test? Then you sent me one more task 1, and it's the same. The result was the same, 7. Yeah. And then, okay, I went back to normal studies. And then I thought, okay, let's not get too excited. Let me take some time and work on it. And then I worked for almost 1.5 months on it. And then I thought of, yeah, now it's the time for giving the real test and getting it done. So then also I thought, let's go with computer-based test. Luckily, I thought of going to paper-based test only. The center which was close to my home is offering computer-based test. And I thought that would be good fit for me. Because after the previous test, I thought the problem that is stopping me is when I send letters or essays to you, I type it and send it to you.
Yeah.
and I work as an IT in software. So I type every day. So I can type very quickly,
You're
and
comfortable
then
doing it.
I'm
Yeah.
comfortable doing it. So I
Yeah.
thought, okay, if I take a computer-based test, I can type it quickly, and then I can save some time, and that will help me to review my task one and task two.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is one thing. And second thing is, I was worried, like after my previous test, maybe the examiner is not able to understand my writing or some letters. That is why they're
Handwriting.
marking some handwriting is causing an issue. So I thought, okay, if I write computer based test, I can review, and then I'll get some good time to review in that. And the second thing is, I'll not have handwriting issues at all.
Okay.
So that is when I went with computer based test. And after writing it, after the end of 60 minutes, I was like very confident. This time I'm going to get 7, if possible 7.5 as well. So I was that confident enough after the test, and
Right.
yeah, the results came the same day.
Great, great, great. Yeah, I remember working with you, and really the only thing you were having, your major struggle was just in identifying formal and informal language and having the appropriate tone and letters, right? So yeah,
Yes.
that was, it really didn't take you too long to get over that once we identified it and really honed in on it, right?
Yes. After we took like 4 submissions, I was like confident enough. Okay,
I was looking at my notes on you on our interactions, and I think it was four letters overall that you wrote for me, and then that was really the only thing that was standing in between you and you getting your score, really. So,
yes, yeah, that's correct.
All right. Well, great. So your scores, what were they? You got them recently?
Listening 8.5, reading 8, and then 7 in writing and 7 in listening. Speaking.
Excellent.
Yeah, I thought I might get 7.5 in speaking, but yeah, it was 7. I'm happy with it. Anyways.
But you're happy enough with those scores.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's great.
Yeah, definitely. After joining this course, I made an improvement on the other modules as well. In the sense, in the previous test, I was getting 7 in reading. However, I was able to get it to 8.
Great. That's
and
fantastic.
I was getting 8 in listening. I was able to get 8.5 in listening, and then the same way with speaking. In the sense, like I was getting 6.5 or 7 in the previous test. I was like in my final test, I was confident enough that I'm going to get 7. I did not prepare for speaking, listening, reading at all. Only I prepared for writing. And in one of my previous tests, I got an 8 in speaking as well.
That's great. But my advice to students is always, practice until you're getting, if you need a 7 or whatever score you need, practice until you're consistently achieving that target score or a half a band higher, like you did in the end, basically, because that means if you walk in to the test center after having done that, you know that even on a bad day, you're very likely to get the scores you need.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you doing now? IELTS is done. You finished it. Congratulations for that. Now, what are your future plans now?
I kind of applied for back in January. I submitted an application for Canadian permanent residency. So it would need 470 points in their application, in the sense it is based on age, education, job, and IELTS score. IELTS is the major portion of it. Back then, I had like 420 points. After adding the score, right now I have 475 points. And I think above 470, I would definitely get a Canadian permanent residency invitation. And maybe because we have this COVID situation right now, maybe sooner, maybe in 6 or 12 months, I should be able to get it if everything goes well.
Well, that's fantastic news. I'm sure they'll have no trouble accepting you to Canada.
Because I have job, like experience, documents, everything, like education, certificates, everything.
Well, that's fantastic, and I want to congratulate you on your success. It was a pleasure working with you, Vamsi, and I want to wish you the best of luck with all of your future endeavors, and stay the same person you are. Just have a wonderful life. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason. Thanks a lot. Yeah, it was like definitely this is one of the great decision that I made joining this academy, in the sense IELTS Advantage. Maybe if I would not have joined, I would have struggling still with my IELTS. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad
Yeah,
you did, and I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to help you, and us the opportunity to help you, and just really happy for you.
Hey, Chris here again. Hopefully you enjoyed that success story video. That student was part of our IELTS VIP course. And on that course, we show students exactly where they're going wrong and exactly what to do to get the score that they need. And we give them all the help and support that they need in order to get a 7, 8, or even 9 in their IELTS test. Now, we only work with a really small number of students. Because of the level of help and feedback and support that we give students, we can only work with a very small number of them. But we also have more success stories than any other online or offline course in the world, which has created a huge amount of demand for our course. So we're the only course in the world, I believe, that has a very long waiting list. If you want to join that waiting list, all you have to do is just click here and you'll be able to add your name, add your email address, and then when one of our students becomes successful and leaves the course, the next position can be for you. Hopefully see you in there. Bye-bye.